Smash is him just blowing up Samus's ship. There is that much bad blood between these two that his entire super is about blowing up her ship. And then afterwards, in the background, you can just see Samus's ship crashing, which is just a great attention to detail. Trailer's phenomenal. One of the best. It's not like, oh man, the build-up is so good, because as soon as it starts, you know what it is. You're like, oh, there's some space-looking stuff, there's Samus, this is an E3 trailer, so they're going to make it a big deal. Oh, they did it. But even if the build-up to the reveal isn't phenomenal because you know what it is, it almost makes it that much more exciting, like they finally did it. And then, as he kills Mega Man, and then like the crunch as he kills Mario. And he pops out of the ground, grabs Mario's head, he just starts twirling it to taunt Samus as you just see this little grin on his like skeletal pterodactyl face. Mwah. Phenomenal trailer. I think it's an absolute... Oh, I just realized that the video stopped and kept going. Whoops. But phenomenal trailer. Phenomenal pick. The gameplay, I think, is solid, but I really like how well it fits the character. Playing it's don't really have much to say. Not something that happens very often. I don't really have any connection to it. Next we have Sephiroth. So, I love the pick. I only played Final Fantasy VII recently. I think it was just a couple years ago. I adored it. I think Sephiroth's kind of overrated, though, as a villain. I think, to me, having played the game, it makes more sense that Jenova is the main antagonist of 7. And it was something that just kind of manipulated Sephiroth. And when he shows up throughout the game, he's kind of her meat puppet. It's like Jenova is basically the thing, but it's using Sephiroth because he has her cells. And because he has her cells, she can make like all these copies of him, fully control him, etc., etc. And then I think like Advent Children is like, no, that's not what happened, blah, blah, blah. But I haven't seen Advent Children. I honestly don't care. But I love 7. So I'm like, I like this. This is a good pick. It's an anime swordsman. It's the anime swordsman. Shut up. I remember that was like the actual thing going on online. Oh, pick is great. One of the most iconic characters of all time. One of the most iconic video game villains of all time. The trailer, like, only issue with the trailer is that I had it spoiled. Because I remember I was at work. I worked from home, but I was at work. So I was like, I can't watch it live because I'm busy. Like, I'm scheduled to talk with a client. So I was like, guys, let me know when it's Smash, but don't let me know who it is. So Clay and Jose are both watching it, and I heard their reaction. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? And I was like, oh man, this is a good pick. Because I remember that day thinking it was going to be Sora. I was like, all right, but my heart, but like my heart is telling me it's going to be Sora. And as they're reacting to it, I was like, oh my gosh, is it actually Sora? Did they do it? Did they put my boy in Smash? And then I get a text from a friend. I'm like, going, Sephiroth? I'm like, wait, what? So I just kind of opened it up on my phone like I was still talking to a client. But I was like, okay, I can just look at this real quick. Oh my gosh, it's Sephiroth. What? So I did have it spoiled. But that trailer, though, even with that, it's so good. You get to see Banjo and Kazooie in another trailer. You get to see Hero in another trailer. You find all these master hands. You've got Galeem. You're like, okay. It's going to go down. Just Galeem gets cut in half and dies. And the characters are shocked. They saw whoever this is a badass. Then the music starts. And as soon as you hear the music, you know who it is. And then you see the silhouette, and then you get Cloud. Sephiroth. Oh, what? It's so cool. And the trailer just keeps going. He like murders Mario. He's like beating the crap out of Bayonetta. I mean, he doesn't murder Mario because it's like you get that great shot. It's like, okay, he missed, but and then they just like recreate the climax of Advent Children with Cloud just fighting him. Cloud gets a new Final Smash just for Sephiroth. And then once he came out, they're like, okay, You can get Sephiroth early if you beat him in a stamina battle. Like, they really upped the boss factor, the menace of this character. In his trailer, in his gameplay, his neutral special is Flare, one of the strongest spells in Smash Bros. Yes, in Smash Bros. But one of the strongest spells in Final Fantasy. That's his neutral. He has a counter that goes off even if you don't hit him. He's got that side beat, which I can never use. I love the move. I'm just really bad at landing it. But it's like, oh yeah, it's just this ticking time bomb that could kill you at any moment. So cool. Like, the range on his attacks, just the power that he has. The one wing mechanic where you're like, oh, I'm starting to lose? Well, now I get an extra jump. Now I get super armor. Now I'm just stronger. I am a monster. Love that. So, I don't play as the character super often. I actually started picking him up more like a couple days ago. I'm having a lot of fun with him. So while I can't say that I love his moveset, like playing as him, but it is growing on me. I kind of like with Ridley, I think they did a very good job of representing the character, the power, the menace that is Sephiroth in his trailer and in his moveset. Playing against him, it's fun. There's times when it can get a little annoying, but it's fun. It's fine. Like I said, like I could argue that I like Pyre and Mithra more than Ridley, more than Sephiroth. Those three are really close. But now we're in the top 5. So number 5, Banjo and Kazooie. Not something I have a whole lot of nostalgia for, actually. Because I didn't play it as a kid. I played it like 2012, 2013, something like that. But I instantly fell in love with it. There is just so much charm in this whole game. The music is so catchy. The power-ups are so fun. Just the way they talk. Okay, that was supposed to be Kazooie, but it sounded more like Grunty. I love Grunty. I love that they have a Grunty skin. That is the only skin I ever use if I play as Banjo, because why would I use anything? There's a pink Banjo, and I don't care, because there's a Grunty Banjo Kazooie. The pick is great. This was one of those picks where I thought, I love this. This is a character I wanted, because I really, really, really liked the game when I played it. And they just feel at home here. They're just as cartoony as everyone else. This feels like somewhere they belong. The moveset, I think, is fun. The Wonder Wing is annoying as hell to deal with this, so I guess I'll just get into that. Character, I think, is fun to play. I don't play them a lot. It's kind of like Isabelle. Fun, don't do it a lot. Playing against them, it's terrifying, because you never know when that Wonder Wing is coming out, and oh gosh, it's so nasty. It does so much damage. Well, it's not that the damage, it's more just the knockback, because if you're not ready for it, it's brutal. But the trailer. Remake of the K-Rool trailer, which we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a bit. But it's a remake of the K-Rool trailer. You get K-Rool hanging out with the Kongs, which is something I never thought I would see, and now I want that. I really want the next DK game to have K-Rool as a playable character, where it's just like this. Like, yeah, he's just hanging out with the Kongs. He's just taking a nap in DK's house. They're just vibing. It's so cartoony. It's so goofy. But that's what DK is, what K-Rool is, what Banjo and Kazooie, that's what Rare is. It's goofy, cartoony fun. And it's captured so perfectly in that trailer. And seeing DK just so happy, and Diddy's just so happy, and K-Rool's just, he just wants to eat Kazooie. Wonderful trailer. Wonderful pick. Solid gameplay. I do feel, as much as I was talking like with almost those last 3 characters, like this is just like A's across the board, I would still put them below Banjo with just how happy I was to see this character and how good that trailer was. So, number 4. Number 4 is Joker. Joker is the best trailer. No question. The Infiltrating the Game Awards, And you're like, we've been invited. As soon as okay, so my prediction for the first Fighters Pass was Sega, because Sega has one character, maybe two. Cause I don't know if Bayonetta's partially owned by Sega. I think, but I could be wrong. But it's like Sega doesn't have enough characters. Namco doesn't have enough characters. Like Nintendo and Microsoft are getting kind of close. We might get a Microsoft character. Square has been leaked, so we'll get a Square character. And for number 5, probably something like Toho, something that's like really popular in Japan but not overseas. So some of those I got right, some of those I got wrong. During the Game Awards, when the game came out, I thought this is where they're going to announce DLC. I don't think they had stated that officially, but I thought game just came out. This is like the pinnacle of its hype now. Perfect time to show off a character. Who's it going to be? Well, out of my picks, Sega. I don't know why, but I was like, it's going to be Sega. What does Sega have? Well, it's got Sonic, but those characters are already represented through spirits. Because if they did all this stuff with spirit battles, I find it weird that they would then add them as DLC. Well, I mean, when Fire Pass 2 was announced, I remember thinking to myself, okay, now spirits are on the table. Because this does not sound like it was planned when they did all those spirit battles, whereas the first Fighters Pass was. So at this point, anyone is on the table. But for the first Fighters Pass, I thought, no spirits. So Sonic is out. I didn't even think of Yakuza. I was like, Monkey Ball? I don't know. But Sega owns Atlas, and I got really hyped, like, we might get Persona or SMT. Like, the last character shown off was Plant, so I thought, we could get Jack Frost. We could get, like, a Jack Brothers. That'd be really cool. Maybe we'll get, like, the protagonist of P4, because P4 was, like, the Persona game. Like, 5 had just come out, and everyone adored 5. I was like, but they rode 4 for a long time, and I feel like they'd pick 4 over 5 because of that. Oh, that's exciting, because Persona 4 used to be my favorite video game. I love it. I love the music, love the story. Okay, love the story, but the ending's kind of stupid. Love the gameplay, love the cast. 10s all around. I said used to be my favorite game, because then P5 showed up and kicked its ass. Persona 5 is my favorite video game. I would love to make a video just talking about some of my favorite games, but P5, favorite game. Persona 5 Royal, better version of a perfect game. So thinking that we might get something Persona related got me really excited. Did I actually think it was going to happen? Kind of. It's like I had that gut feeling, but I didn't really think it would be right. But as soon as like the thing goes black, Phantom Thief logo shows up, I just went, oh, Joker's in Smash. Oh my goodness, they did it. And then the trailer's kind of like, okay, but maybe it's like going to be Persona 5 on the Switch or something. Maybe it's not Smash, but like, no, it's gotta be. And then once more gone, it's like, we've been invited. It's like, Joker's in Smash. Joker's in Smash. And then, he turns over the calling card and it's the envelope with the Smash logo. It's like, Joker's in Smash. I remember jumping up and down in ecstasy seeing my boy. So, the pick, like, 12 out of 10. Trailer, billion out of 10. Gameplay, I don't really play Joker. I just never really got into the moveset, which I know Joker was like the most broken character when he came out, but like I'll pick him up every now and then, play him for a bit. But I am not a Joker player by any means. Playing against Joker, even then, like, I don't mind playing against Joker. I don't have these like really bad experiences, probably because I didn't play a whole lot of online because my connection was so bad, and by the time I did, he had been nerfed. But like, it's the gameplay elements that keep him out of being like number 1 for me. But like, such a great pick, such a great game, such a great trailer. Like, I feel bad not putting him higher. Next is Incineroar, which is like the opposite of Joker. Okay, like, trailer is fine. It has an extra character, it has Ken, so I guess that gives it points. I don't love the trailer, but I think it's solid. The pick, I was saying earlier with Curtis, this is probably one of the most least wanted characters. A lot of people just didn't want another Pokemon. A lot of people didn't want or wanted Pokemon that were Incineroar, and then people didn't want Incineroar because of the Grinch League. I was in the last two categories. I love Pokemon, was super excited to get another one, but I was like, man, why this thing? I don't like Incineroar. Smash Brothers saved Incineroar for me because it was not a Pokemon I cared about at all. Now I love this thing because of how fun it is. I love it. I love the up throw, how he just like breaks the bat and they go flying. The suplex back throw, the Mario back throw, but it's his forward throw. It just slings them, spiking with Incineroar. Feels so satisfying. His recovery is pretty terrible, but as a move, it's pretty fun. Spiking someone with the recovery is great. It's not even a counter. You're just like, I just got stronger. Oh, like, I took the damage, but I took no knockback, and now you're gonna die. The neutral B, where you're just spinning like a Beyblade, is so fun to use. The side B is so nasty. I love this character. I love playing as this character. I said Curtis is my most played, I think, at this point, but Incineroar is up there. The Dutchman, oh, the neutral, okay, so the neutral air where he just, like, spreads out his whole body. I think it was, like, when I was playing Kingdom Hearts 3, or, like, Clay was playing Kingdom Hearts 3, and he was at the pirate stage. Around the time I was, like, really playing more Incineroar, so I just remember calling that move the Flying Dutchman. And that's just what I refer to it as. The Flying Dutchman is signature move. I love the Dutchman. I love killing with the Dutchman. Like, yes. As much as I love Joker, as much as I love Joker's trailer, I love playing Incineroar so much that I don't even have to think. Incineroar is higher on the list. Incineroar is my number 3 favorite newcomer. Number 2 is K-Rool. K-Rool is also just an A's across the board. Love this pick. Wanted him in the game. Wanted him in the last game. Wanted him in the game before that. So glad he's here. The trailer is hilarious. It is as goofy as a Donkey Kong character trailer should be. With DK and Diddy's eyes just like bulging out of the screen. With DDD cosplaying as K-Rool just to mess with them and then getting slapped. With DK busts out the boxing gloves from Punch Out at the end of the trailer when he and K-Rool are going at it, and K-Rool's like it's beautiful. It is a work of art. His moveset is so goofy. He has the blunderbuss, which he can. Okay, so it's not just the fact that he pulls a blunderbuss out of nowhere, or that he puts on a pirate hat whenever he does it. The fact that you can suck people out and just the sound effect of pew is so funny. His counter is because he's so fat, he just deflects it. He has super armor because he's so fat. His crown is a boomerang, and you can pick up the crown and just throw it at him. Like, doing that, and also, what you can really do to mess up a K-Rool player is if you throw the crown at them, and then, like, if they, like, shield it or whatever, they have to, like, there's an animation where he picks it up, and he's completely vulnerable. So you can trap someone with that. You can, like, throw the crown, and while they have to pick it up, F-smash him and kill him. I remember doing that once as Pyra, and I felt so satisfied. I love playing this character. K-Rool is arguably my best character. Like, as everything I was talking about Curtis, K-Rool is, like, right there. Everything I said about Incineroar, K-Rool is right there. Play him all the time. Pink K-Rool, one of the best skins in the game. There's not really much else to say. Just trailer is a banger. Character pick is a banger. Playing as them, super fun. Playing against them, super fun. Like, to me, K-Rool is everything Smash Brothers is supposed to be. Here is a well-known, loved character, and we did him or her justice. Number 1 is Sora. Sora was my most wanted character for the game. If you've seen my reaction video, you can tell. Kingdom Hearts is one of my favorite games ever. Kingdom Hearts 2, I love just as much as the first one, for different reasons. The other games, it varies. I do want to talk about Kingdom Hearts at some point, but I don't want to go super in depth. But I love it. I've wanted this character. That trailer, that build-up, to not knowing who it's gonna be, thinking it was Dark Souls like the entire time. And then, as Simple and Clean starts playing, as Sora's just flying around, happy to be here. Like, the trailer is just reveling in the fact that we got Sora. And then the tagline, Sora is finally here. We know you guys wanted him. We wanted him for you guys. Apparently Disney, like Sakurai apparently was talking to a Disney exec, was like, hey, we really want Sora. Can we get him? And then Disney was like, we really want you guys to get Sora. Let's make this happen. So glad they did. His gameplay is so fun. Like, I've barely been playing any other characters since, because why would I? They gave me Sora. It's like playing Kingdom Hearts, and I love playing Kingdom Hearts. Even playing against Sora, it's really fun. I get excited. I'm like, yes, let's see what we can do here. I feel like I just don't have as much to say, because if you've seen my reaction, you've basically seen it. And I really can't go into more detail without just talking about how much I love Kingdom Hearts to illustrate why this was so important to me. But it was. Sora's my absolute favorite newcomer. Probably will never be in another Smash Brothers game, but at least he was in a Smash Brothers game. Thank you, Sakurai. Thank you, Nintendo. Thank you, Disney. Thank you, Square.